Kendall, you caught the ball out of the backfield several times in that game on Saturday. Just how much more comfortable do you feel doing that now compared to, say, this time a year ago?
I would say I'm very comfortable. We had a big off season just working with the quarterbacks, all the running backs, really just trying to put ourselves in position to, just get comfortable with that game. So at the end of the day, we want to be a force in multiple different aspects of the game. So, I'm super comfortable with the aspect, and I'm super excited that, we can open the offense in multiple dimensions.
Kendall, you've battled injuries a lot in your career. How just gratifying did it feel to find the end zone twice in the season opener?
It was really great, but at the same time, during the whole process, my teammates stayed in my ear. They just let me know that they was just going to stay with me. I was doing all the rehab and in the training room and everything that I needed to do so I could get back on the field as soon as possible. And I just had my teammates just, had my back the whole time, so they made the process really easy to come back on the field.
How much have they supported you over the past couple of years, and how much has it meant to you to have them right there by your side, even when you're not necessarily on the field?
Yeah, it's meant the world to me, especially in the past, with the knee injuries. During those times of being out, it was kind of hard, but they just always let me know, just keep your head up. Your time's going to come, and, that's what I did. I just, kept my head down, just kept working, kept doing what I needed to do to get back on the field, and I'm just happy that I could be in big moments with my teammates.
How much, those hamstrings, you just never can tell, especially in a skill position like you. How concerned were you as you got closer to the game about being able to get back? Obviously,
yeah.
To make it back, but how much of an unknown was that for a while?
To be honest, I wasn't really concerned because, me and Ron, we talked a whole lot about it. I'm one of those players that I stayed in the training room all day basically and just kept doing what I needed to do to get it back. And, we just had the plan, and it was really my job to do what I needed to do to get back on the field. So, I just did what I had to. And Ron, the training room, the whole workout training room, everybody, they just put me in a position to get back, and I'm just thankful for them that they really put a lot of attention, a lot of effort to help me get back on the field.
Were you 100%, would you say, by the time you
Yes, sir.
Saturday?
Yes, sir.
When you're battling injuries and going through that rehab, is there anything that you were able to work on, even if you weren't able to go at full tilt?
Yeah, definitely. I was still able to do most of the the leg workouts and the upper body workouts, and even to do some running on the side, just trying to stay in shape, keep my body right. And, 'cause at the end of the day, I still wanted to be ready and in shape by the time the season got there. I didn't want to have to, play catch up. So, like I said, Coach Sinclair and everybody in the weight room and the training room, they just helped me, with the conditioning, keeping my body ready, everything like that to, stay ready for the field.
Coming from that perspective, what kind of things have you been telling Andrew Paul now that he's in the rehab process?
Oh, I let him know that, at this point, he just has to trust the training room. Ron and them, they've dealt with multiple injuries like that, so they definitely know what it takes to get back on the field. And, I can understand, I can relate to being out and, not being able to play. So I just let him know, just keep doing what you have to do. Just, keep God with you, and everything will work out. Just keep your head down, and everything's going to play itself out.
Kendall, you were close to a couple scores in the first half. I know that you have only had one touchdown before this year. How good did it feel to get not one but two in the second?
It felt great, to be honest, but at the end of the day, if you look back on the plays, it was really, key blocks made, especially on the pass, Reed Gilbert and Marcus Rosemead, plays like that, they kind of set it up and opened up the holes that allowed me to be able to get in the end zone. So, after the end zone, I made sure I got right back to my teammates and, slapped them on the helmet, thanked them, because, at the end of the day, especially as a running back, we really can't do anything unless, everything else, works itself out.
And of course, this year it's a little bit different running back run with the guys who was there. Just kind of talk about what the vibe is like with you guys, and just, everybody talked about George being RBU. It's y'all turn now.
Yeah.
That aspect of something you talk about a lot.
Oh yeah, definitely. In the running back room, we're definitely a family. especially me, Kenny, and Dejan. We played a lot of football together, and especially with Branson and Andrew Paul coming in, we welcomed them with open arms, and they just became part of the family. We have little group chats, and we communicate with each other, and the vibe is just like I said, it's like a brotherhood. And that's what I would describe our running back room as. Everybody, if we need something, we go to each other, and there's never nothing that we can't talk to each other about.
Kind of along those lines, you were obviously on the team last year, but how eager are you to prove that, it's your time, it's your turn, you can carry on this RBU tradition now that you're fully healthy and everything? How eager are you?
I'm definitely excited to, take on a bigger role on this team, but at the same time, even coming up as a freshman, as a sophomore, I knew that it was all about trusting the process because, at a school like this, we're always going to have 5-star, 4-star running backs coming in back to back to back. So at a certain point, you just kind of got to wait your turn. And at the end of the day, everybody's going to get their turn. It's just you got to, be humble enough and, look at yourself and realize that you still have aspects in your game that you have to fully develop before you can take on a bigger role.
You had a touchdown catch in the spring game, touchdown catch in your first game. How much in the past year have you really spent working on your abilities as a pass catcher, and how much do you think you've improved in that area?
I've definitely made that a key focus. Talking with Coach McGee, I let him know that was one aspect that I wanted to work on, because coming in at high school, I felt like, high school I didn't really catch the ball. It was mostly, just running the ball. So coming in, I let him know that I want to, by the time that it's my time to, move on, I want to be the complete back in all areas. And he's worked with me, countless times during the offseason, just trying to put me in those deep ball situations or those coming out the backfield situations. And I'm just thankful that, I have a coach that, is willing to put effort for me to be able to help make my dreams happen.
What's this week been like, knowing that you guys had a pretty complete game last week, and you have a different type of opponent this week? What's the atmosphere been like on the practice field?
It's definitely been the same type of vibe, like we're, playing Oregon or playing any other team. It's the same approach. One thing that we've kind of been focusing on is at the end of the day, we have to uphold our standard as Georgia. We can't, look any other way. We have to make it our job to keep the standard alive and keep those physical Tuesday, Wednesday practices, because at the end of the day, those practices are what build Georgia football. Those, we call it Bloody Tuesdays, and, we come out there and it's just bloodbath, team run, and periods like that. And those are periods that, build Georgia football. So we're still attacking this week, and, every day we're practicing hard because, we want to be the best team. And I believe that we have everything we need, the players, the coaches, and, we trust the coaches to, make that happen. So we're just taking this, hungry as ever.
After the game, Kirby talked about this being an offense that people are at home, they're watching, and they want to play in it. As somebody that's actually out there on the field, what is it that makes this offense attractive to guys' perspective?
I would say Coach Monken, he has the ability to, it's not just an offense where it's just passing or it's just running. He has the ability to put the ball in multiple different players' hands and, let players just show what they can do. And I feel like just coming off of that Oregon game, I feel like a lot of players, they all got to touch the ball and everybody really made plays. And that's really the most exciting thing about football, when you and all your brothers, the ones that you grind out with, doing those stadium runs or those team runs, the conditioning, when everybody's really eating, and that's what makes it more fun, because at the end of the day, you want to see everybody eat. So this offense is just, I would say, talking to a recruit or something like that, this is an offense where everybody can showcase their talents.
We saw Kenny making plays in the backfield, lined up out wide. How much of that he did on Saturday is what you've been seeing pretty much through the offseason?
Oh, that's, seeing Kenny do that is, that's really kind of nothing new. Even since I got to Georgia, all the time in practice, he was making those plays. He has that stick ability to put his foot in the ground and just make a defender miss. And he also, he's one of the best receiving running backs that I've seen. So just, seeing him in the game, I was really happy for him because, like I said, in this system, you just have to wait your turn. And I was just happy to see, one of my brothers just be able to go out there and showcase for the world what we already knew.
Like you said, you had to be patient to finally be getting the opportunity. Were there times the first couple years, I know the injuries kind of had a little bit to do with it, but did you find your own patience kind of wearing thin? You kind of had to talk to somebody and say, hey, look, I got this.
Yeah, I wouldn't really say it wore thin because, I had James Cook and Zamir White in front of me, and, those are both great backs. And, just watching them practice and just seeing how comfortable they were in the game time, a lot of the comfort they had were things that I was nervous about, like when it came to pass blocking or catching out the backfield or just, getting the reads throughout the defense. And you kind of have to look yourself in the mirror and, like, decide, like, okay, are you really ready to be, the number one or, ready to have that main role? So I kind of just, took my opportunities and tried to do the most that I could do with them. But at the end of the day, I still knew that I had things to work on to be able to become the back that I wanted to be.
How much better do you feel you read defenses now when you're lined up in the backfield? Does it come natural now? You still kind of, depending on somebody else to kind of help guide you, you know what's going to happen?
No, I feel very confident now. Everybody, once we get the offense set and everything, it's just working with Coach McGee and, on the running back room, he always kind of emphasizes being able to do that even before, the points made or anything like that. If you can know the play before, it really even happens, and that's when you can really elevate your game. So I would say I'm very confident because now I can just, kind of relax instead of having to worry about everything, my job or anything. I can kind of just relax and just play my game.
Your rushing touchdown on Saturday, can you sort of walk me through what you saw in that play? A pretty nifty cutback there, scored.
Really, we got the ball, and one thing that in the running back room we emphasize is you got to be able to make first level reads. So, just got the ball and saw, the cut to be made, and once I made the cut, I just saw green grass, and that's definitely a great feeling because once you get that open space, all you got to do is just go take it. So the line, they did what they had to. They opened up the hole, and it was just my job to finish it. And I'm just thankful for the line that we have because those guys are the same guys that every day they're out there battling against some of the best D-line in the country every day, just working and working and working, and we just make each other better.
What have you seen from Dejan so far this fall?
Dejan, I would say he's somebody that, he's definitely one of those runners that he'll definitely catch you by surprise, you know what I mean? Like, he'll come in, he's one of those, he'll slide through the defense, he'll make those cuts, make somebody miss. The receiving game, I would say our linebackers probably fear Dejan most because he has that quick little twitch to him. And, Dejan's game, I just love seeing the way that it's elevated since we got here and just being able to see everybody's game elevate. But, Dejan, I think Dejan's a really special player, and, I'm glad that he's in a running back room like we have to, be a part of our family.
Outside the numbers, is there any measuring stick that you guys, especially in the running back room, hold yourself to make sure you're improving every week, like something on film or anything that maybe a lot of people won't notice?
I would say just holding the standard of Georgia running backs. A lot of Georgia running backs have, were in the past and have really set the standard for, Georgia football as a whole. So we just want to kind of follow in that lineage and just uphold the standard, just keep that title of RBU.
And you just mentioned Zeus and James Cook. Have they hit you up with any advice to start the season yet or not yet?
I know they already, before the games, they, put us, we're all in like a little group chat. They text us and like, it's game time, it's time to go. And, that's when it's time to lock in. So, I'm thankful because, I became close with James Cook and Zamir White through the time here. We spent 2 years together, and they became like big brothers to me. They, in times when, it was tough for me at Georgia, they were the ones that helped me keep my head up and, keep my head on straight. So, I'm glad that even as they're doing their thing, continuing to chase their dream at the next level, they still reach back out to us and basically just kind of give us a few words before the game and let us know it's time to lock in.
All right, thank you, Kendall.
Appreciate y'all.
Thank you.